Hello, hello. I realize people prefer an overhead view or something like that, but I'm afraid tonight is pretty much this or nothing. So sorry about this. It's gonna have to do. All right. So Chicken Dis-Barr, who bailed on the House Judiciary Committee, didn't show up because he wouldn't answer 30 minutes of questions by counsel for the committee, because he wouldn't be able to waffle and nonsense, things like that. If you have not seen Rachel Maddow, the latest episode of that, it is really interesting because she lays out in her A block that Barr's argument, and now the Republicans' argument, that Mueller's report, his whole investigation, was fraudulent and awful, and Mueller is contemptible because he didn't come to a conclusion on whether or not Trump broke laws or should have been charged. If you look closely at what Barr has said, he's put himself into a box. Because it now, based on what he has said, it may be DOJ policy to not indict a sitting president, but according to what Barr has now said on the record, under oath, Mueller not only does need to make a determination whether or not the president committed crimes, but he may be quite literally obligated to do so. So, the House Judiciary Committee is negotiating directly with Mueller to get him in to testify in public. All right. So, but the real question, this thing with Barr, blowing off the House Judiciary Committee, they're going to subpoena him next. If he doesn't appear, they're going to hold him in contempt. And these kinds of cases can take a huge amount of time. And really, that's Trump's playbook on this. He just wants this to drag out and out and out and drag on and on and on. So the question is Barr personally, I think a good question is Barr personally going to pay for what he's done here? Is he going to see the inside of the jail from the wrong side of the bars for blowing off subpoenas? They're not, DOJ isn't releasing information that's being subpoenaed. I mean, they've just taken the DOJ under Barr and spineless Rosenspineless. They've just taken everything we've known about rule of law and just chucked it out the window. So is Barr going to get into some serious trouble for acting this way? Because I'm not the only reader who has seen him eventually have his, for lack of a better term, come to Jesus moment, where he's like, oh, okay. But, how bad is it going to get for him? Because he can do a lot of damage between here and there. And he is now going to find himself cut out of a lot of things while people want to talk. Well, of course, Lindsey Graham doesn't, but as everyone else is now going directly to Barr and going directly to Mueller and bypassing Barr. So, Barr, maybe I've been making too many political cartoons or political little covers for my videos, but gosh, it's easy to imagine him in a orange jumpsuit. Anyway, okay, Barr. Yeah, that's a problem. What he's covering up is feels much worse. I mean, he's just being a mealy-mouthed jackwagon. But there's some ugly stuff in there, in Trump's finances, in what Trump has done, in how Trump obstructed justice, in his contacts with Russia, with other entities overseas. That feels, that endless black of night, it just feels really, scary. All right, in the past. Nancy Pelosi became Speaker of the House. That's what happened there. Center of the reading. Oh, the poor dear's feeling put upon. Oh. Poor cock. He's been acting the fool in front of this is a card that comes up most often for the Democrats, the congressional Democrats. And he's been acting the fool in front of them. That's the base of this reading. Above the reading, he's going to bat for Donald Trump, because otherwise Donald Trump is in a lot of trouble. He's such a slime bag. Benedict Barr. In future. Well, this feels like steady. It's steady work, but it's steady work in a positive direction. The Democrats working steadily to follow the rule of law. But Trump's still going to his rallies and trying to pull his own star power, but really this feels like very slow, steady work. Okay. Home environment. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's just with his kids or what, but bribe. Every time I get this card, bribed. That's what's coming to mind. I don't know if it's a possibility of maybe being on the Supreme Court, or it's a sweetheart deal with this, that, or the other. I don't know. Or it's cash under the table. I don't know. This card comes up with him all the time, and it feels like a bribe. Hopes and fears. He is sweating. Yuck. That's what I'm getting for this card. I've never gotten that with this card before, and I never want to have it again. No, he's sweating buckets. He knows he's backed himself into a corner, and this cannot stand, and he's about to get marginalized, sidelined to some extent, and going up and having to hum and haw and make up answers and lie to Congress. He's sweating buckets. Never quite felt that about that card before. What other people see? Okay, did you ever get the feeling that the cards are just kind of playing with you? What other people see? Justice. Okay, let's have a look to see if that's just about what's going on now. We're trying to get to some sort of justice, or is that what Barr's going to face? Because I've got 3 cards here for the final outcome for him. Well, we know he's getting judgment, and he's going to be sidelined, and he's got, literally what came to my mind was he's going to have to answer a lot of questions. He has a lot to answer for. He's going to be questioning. Okay, well, that's great, but that doesn't answer my question. He's going to be questioned, but is he going to end up in his very own monogrammed orange jumpsuit for blowing off subpoenas and whatnot, lying to Congress? Not sure why it's relatively hard for them to prosecute lying to Congress, but apparently it is. Okay, and let's see. Sitting pretty. And there's Trump. Though Trump loves him. Trump absolutely loves him. He's his new best friend. And the Republicans, they love him. Lindsey Graham. Oh, that man. Oh, that's interesting. So this is where they all are now. They think they've got it. The Mueller report came out. They're fine. Trump's happy. The Republicans are able to blow holes through whatever else. They're attacking the Mueller report. Barr is where he needs to be to protect the president. And there's an election coming up, but they still have all this time before the election. So it's just all it feels very, very tight. Like a box where you have a bunch of other little boxes in it, and you've like done a Tetris kind of thing to make everything fit just so. That's what that feels like. But is that forever? Okay. Barr, hey Barr. Bark. Well, this is saying to me that Congress is going to get the full congressional report. That's what that feels like. He's going to be disappointed that he can't keep blocking it, and the secrets are he's going to have to hand them over. The full unredacted report. So that's coming. All right. Well, I'm not seeing anything here other than us seeing the justice card, which may or may not relate to what happens to Barr. I'm not seeing anything that's saying that Barr's going to be living in the big house for a while. He's really ruining his kids' careers. I feel that. I wonder what his wife thinks. Imagine if your spouse was doing this. Yeah, he got in bed with the devil. I mean, yeah, the amount of damage he's just done to the rule of law in this country. Because he's trying to find the easy way out. He doesn't want to have to do the work. He doesn't want his kids to have to do the work of actually learning what needs to be learned and doing what needs to be done and doing the right thing. He's taking the easy way out. And it's kind of like it's a when it comes to the country, Barr is kind of taken his 30 coins of silver, but the next generation, the people coming up, the younger people coming into power, his own children's futures, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. For what he gets out of it, which is nothing, and his name demolished, and his family name demolished, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Well, some people visit my channel and say, oh, you only read what you want to read. You only see things that will confirm what you already wanted to say. No, because I get readings like this too, where this is the card I get for insult to injury, and that's pretty much Barr. That is his card, because that's him. That's what he's doing to us. These are hard decisions that have to be made, and then and basically what this is sums it up. He's insulting our intelligence. Barr is insulting our country. He is destroying the rule of law. He is a vile human toad. And there are hard decisions that are going to have to be made in the committees about taking him to court or not or what have you. But the upshot is that we're going to have to go elsewhere, like directly to Mueller to get the answers we're looking for. And to other people, other witnesses, McGahn, other witnesses. His entire reputation is mud. And he should be sweating bullets. He should. Yeah, he's horrible. He's absolutely horrible. And that's what he's done to us. That's what he's done to America. But if he had done his job, if he'd been the Attorney General and not one more Trump puppet, he gets used up, defiled, and thrown away. But this is the bed he made. These are the people he's gotten into bed with. Remember this? This is what he's chosen. So I'm not seeing him in prison, but yeah, it's not going to end well. All right, well, that's what I am getting. And hang in there, because Mueller's going to testify, and there's a lot going on. And there's a lot that's going to go on. So just hang in there and remember to breathe. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons. I could not do this without you. All right, hang in there.